Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
बैठिए,
Yeah, thank you.
मास्क निकाल दीजिए, कोई दिक्कत नहीं।
Yes, thank you.
इंट्रोडक्शन
Sorry, sir.
इंट्रोडक्शन
Okay.
आपका नाम हटाइए, नाम हटा के अपना पूरा इंट्रोडक्शन दे दीजिए।
Fine. So I come from Nanded district in Marathwada. So till 12th standard, I completed my education in Nanded only. Thereafter, I moved to Pune, and from MIT College of Engineering, I graduated in 2019. And afterwards, I started preparing for MES only, Engineering Services. And apart from this, my hobbies include blogging. I write a blog and hiking. This is the other hobby I have.
ओके,
अच्छा. वडील काय करतात तुमचे?
वडील
हां.
वडील माझे ड्रायव्हर आहेत सर.
अच्छा.
ओके.
तुम्ही आता सिव्हिल इंजिनिअर ऍडमिशन घेतलं, तुम्हाला साईटवर पण काम करायला लागलं. एकदा ऑफिसर झालं तर साईटवर पण जायला त्याची
Yes.
तयारी आहे तुमची?
येस डेफिनेटली. जेव्हा ब्रांच चूज केली होती, सो आय वॉज अवेअर ऑफ ऑल दीज फॅक्ट्स दॅट
म्हणजे तुम्ही याला सपोर्ट करता, म्हणजे महिला सशक्तीकरण आहे त्याला सपोर्ट करता तुम्ही?
या डेफिनेटली.
आता आपल्या समाजामध्ये हिंदू मुस्लिम आहे, मुस्लिमांना बुरखा पद्धत आहे, त्याबद्दल तुमचं काय मत आहे?
As far as burqa system is concerned, so in my opinion, if it's concerned to those females only, so if they want to wear that, so there is absolutely no problem. But if it is against their will, then it poses a question that if they are really living in the independent India or not. So that is the thing that we should take into consideration their choices.
म्हणजे तुम्ही त्यांच्यावर सोडून देता, त्यांना जर घालायचं असेल तर घालू दे. तुमचं काय ओपिनियन, म्हणजे असलं पाहिजे का नसलं पाहिजे?
Yeah, if they follow if that is something that is told in their religion, जर त्यांना फॉलो करायचं असेल,
पण त्यांच्या पण रिलीजन मध्ये काही जण असते बुरखा घालत नाही.
हो, त्यांचं ज्याही प्रथा असतील, जर कोणाला घालायची इच्छा नसेल तर
ठीक आहे. आता मुस्लिम समाजातला एक अधिकारी झाला, साईटवर गेला, तर त्याने बुरखा लावला तर चालेल का?
या जेव्हा धर्म आणि काम या दोन गोष्टी येतील तेव्हा प्रिफरन्स आपण नक्की, माझ्या मते जर कामात अडसर ठरणार असेल बुरखा, तर आय थिंक इट इज नॉट अप्रोप्रिएट टू वेअर दॅट.
पण तुम्ही म्हटलं की त्यांच्यावर डिपेंड आहे घालायचं का नाही, आणि त्या म्हणलं की नाही आम्हाला घातलंच पाहिजे धर्मानुसार, तर साईडवर काम करणं सोयीस्कर होऊन जाईल का?
पर्सनल चॉईस इज कन्सर्न, देन वी कॅन लिव्ह इट टू देअर विल. But some protocols have to be followed. So if some site is risky and according to the protocols, if we cannot allow, then that has to be that way only.
अच्छा. अजूनचा पॉइंट होता रेनफॉल इंटेन्सिटी कसं आहे तुमच्या डिस्ट्रिक्ट मध्ये?
Sorry sir.
रेनफॉल इंटेन्सिटी.
Rainfall intensity in Narayan.
लाइट, मीडियम, लो?
It falls in low category, sir.
लो कॅटेगरी.
Yes.
अच्छा. तुमचा कोणता प्रेफरन्स आहे?
PWD Assistant Executive Engineer.
अच्छा.
त्यानंतर असिस्टंट एक्झिक्युटिव्ह इंजिनियर
डिपार्टमेंट
WRD.
WRD.
येस.
अच्छा. तुम्ही म्हणजे पावसाचं प्रमाण कमी आहे बरोबर?
येस.
मग तुमची शेती आहे?
शेती नाही आहे आमची.
शेती काहीच नाही?
नाही.
शेताबद्दल नॉलेज काहीच नाही तुम्हाला?
नाही, स्वतःची तर नाही आम्हाला शेती.
मग तुम्ही लहानपणापासून काही पाण्याचे प्रॉब्लेम फेस केला असाल ना?
नांदेडमध्ये गोदावरी नदी आहे, विच इज द सेकंड लार्जेस्ट रिव्हर इन महाराष्ट्र. सो द बेसिन ऑफ गोदावरी.
म्हणजे असे तुम्हाला प्रॉब्लेम काय फेस केलेत काय पाण्याचे?
नॉट ॲज सच. At that time, there was adequate water supply in Nanded, but
Achha.
after I moved to Pune, then the that problem has increased. Like
ड्रॉट प्रॉन एरियाज आहेत नांदेडमध्ये?
yes, Marathwada region is mainly drought prone, and
Achha.
Nanded also suffers from that problem.
हाऊ टू कन्सिडर ड्रॉट प्रॉन? ड्रॉट प्रॉन कसं कन्सिडर केलं जातं, म्हणजे एखादा एरिया ड्रॉटनं अफेक्टेड आहे कसं ठरवलं जातं?
So I don't have much knowledge about it. I'm sorry.
अच्छा. ड्युटी अँड डेल्टा मध्ये डिफरन्स माहिती?
Yes, duty is the area which is being irrigated by per unit discharge, whatever water is there. So accordingly we define duty, the area which is irrigated.
अच्छा.
And delta is the requirement of crop throughout its base period, whatever is for its good mature growth.
अच्छा.
Whatever is water requirement is termed as delta.
PWD मध्ये कोणत्या डिपार्टमेंटला प्रेफर कराल तुम्ही? नंबर ऑफ सेक्शन्स आहेत PWD मध्ये, त्यामध्ये कशामध्ये काम करायला आवडेल तुम्हाला?
As I recently graduated in 2019 only, so all the departments will give me equal exposure to work. So I'm little bit flexible about that. Whatever I will get into, I'd be happy to work.
तुमचं जे क्वालिफिकेशन आहे ते 12 प्लस डिग्री आहे ना?
Yes sir, 12.
बरोबर. त्यावेळी तुम्ही ऍडमिशन घेताना असं काही ठरवलं होतं की काय व्हायचं तुम्हाला, सिव्हिल इंजिनियर व्हायचं की अधिकारी व्हायचं होतं?
फर्स्ट चॉईस वॉज सिव्हिल इंजिनिअरिंग.
म्हणजे तुमचं एम काय होतं, कन्स्ट्रक्शन इंजिनियर बनायचं, साईटवर जाऊन काम करायचं असं होतं का?
नॉट एक्झॅक्टली लाईक दॅट. सो सम ऑफ माय फादर्स फ्रेंड वेअर इन दिस डिपार्टमेंट, सो दे वर सर्विंग ॲज असिस्टंट इंजिनियर ऑर लाईक वाईज.
तुमचं निम्यातून एम फिक्स झालं, म्हणजे आधी तुम्हाला वेगळं व्हायचं होतं ऍडमिशनच्या वेळी, आणि नंतर तुम्ही डिग्री झाल्यानंतर की ठरलं की नाही मला आता अधिकारी व्हायचंय?
No, both the things I think coincide. They go hand in hand. So firstly, my preference is civil engineering only. I would like to work in area of civil engineering. But when it comes to the career opportunities, so I think these state engineering services provide a good opportunity to work. A lot of exposure you can get to while you work in any department. So that's why I went with this thing. I opted to prepare for services.
Yes.
Which subject you like the most? Tell me.
My favorite subjects include strength of material,
Okay.
environmental engineering.
Which subject have you prepared for the interview?
Strength of material.
Strength of material and
structural analysis as well, or geotechnical engineering.
Okay. We'll take questions from everyone. Okay.
Fine.
So from SOM, just give me the answer. If we apply a load on a structure,
yes,
what will happen? What will happen first? Stress or strain?
It deforms, so strain comes first.
And if it is rigid body?
Then it doesn't deform, but it goes under.
So strain will come first or not? Strain will
the strain will be resisted. Body will resist in form that strain energy would be stored in that body.
Okay. Types of stress?
Those are of two types, normal and tangential.
Normal and tangential. And shear?
The tangential is second category, shear stress.
Okay. Tangential is also termed as shear.
Shear.
Okay. How many types of strains? How many types of strains are there?
Strains are of two types, tensile and compressive.
Tensile and compressive. What is volumetric strain?
Okay. I'm sorry, sir. So volumetric strain is change in volume as a percentage of total volume of body.
Okay. For a homogeneous and isotropic material,
yes,
number of constant, number of independent constant.
Yes. It is for isotropic. It must be 2.
Which one?
Elasticity modulus and Poisson's ratio.
What is modulus of elasticity? Tell me the ratio.
When we perform tensile test on mild steel or any material, then the graph which we plot, stress against strain, the slope of that graph is modulus.
What is modulus of rigidity?
Modulus of rigidity, we term it as shear stress, the ratio of shear stress to shear strain.
Okay. What is the difference between LSM and WSM?
LSM and WSM.
सबसे basic difference बताइए, सबसे basic.
LSM is probabilistic approach and WSM it goes with the.
And we use term like limit state of serviceability and collapsibility.
Yes.
Which one will use in which concern? Tell me.
Limit of serviceability and limit of safety. Both are equally important, but
in LSM what we use? Serviceability or collapsibility or both?
Both things.
Both?
Yes.
Okay. Factor of safety for concrete and steel?
For concrete it is 1.5 and for steel it is 1.15.
Why the concrete factor of safety for concrete is more?
Because we handle it in field, so the degree with which it is handled or the precision, that is little bit lesser than steel because it is manufactured in workshops.
Okay.
So there the degree of the precaution with which we handle that is more.
Okay. Formula for U line. Tell me. Geotechnical. Formula for U line.
U line. Okay. So it is 0.73 times of liquid limit minus 20.
U line.
U line. Okay.
Not A line.
Yeah.
You have told me A line formula. Okay. Yes. U line.
It is 0.8 times of liquid limit minus 10. I'm sorry, sir.
Okay. कोई दिक्कत नहीं. 0.9 into WL minus 10. WL minus 8. Okay.
Okay.
So if I will say that this is a low compressible clay, suppose
Yes.
this is a low compressible clay, then what is the value of liquid limit? Liquid limit for that soil?
It is lesser than 35.
Less than 35 degree, 35%. Okay.
Yes.
If plasticity index falls between 4 to 7%, then which symbol we use for classification of the soil?
4 to 7%. We go for dual symbol like
Dual symbol like
clay silt.
CLML.
Yes.
CLML. Okay. Okay.
Not it goes with
Tell
I.
me, what is the gumbo soil? GUMBO.
Yeah, gumbo. It is formed. All the silt material falls gumbo soil.
Okay. And with silt material there is something?
Whatever is being carried away by rivers.
Okay. Then what is alluvial?
Alluvial. Alluvial is what is the sediment transported by rivers?
River. Okay. And what is cumulose? Cumulose soil, you know? No?
Yeah, I've heard, but I'm not able
Colluvial?
to recall.
Colluvial soil?
Colluvial, yes. It is transported by winds. I'm
Colluvial
sorry,
soil.
I'm not able to recall.
Okay. No issue. Tell me that in quicksand condition, is it real that sand particle leaves the soil mass? Or it just stay over there but not with the soil? Not stick to the soil, just the sand is there but not leaving the mass.
They don't leave, but they lose the shear strength, and so
they don't leave.
Yeah, they don't leave.
Confirm.
Yes.
Or it may be or it may be not.
They don't leave.
They don't leave.
Yes.
100%.
Yes.
Okay. Then if they don't leave, then how piping like condition will occur below the dam?
Quicksand is different from piping. So
okay.
In piping
how it is different? Tell me. Piping is a resultant of which phenomena?
Seepage.
Seepage.
Yes.
Not related to quicksand? Tell me the value of exit gradient for quicksand condition.
For quicksand, it is nearly equal to 1.
Okay. And the formula is?
For exit gradient, it is specific gravity G minus 1 upon 1 plus void ratio.
And for no piping failure, your I, that is your exit gradient, should be less than or greater than critical hydraulic gradient?
It should be lesser.
It should be lesser of?
Critical hydraulic.
Critical hydraulic gradient. Then it is related to critical hydraulic gradient.
Yeah, I got confused with liquefaction and quicksand.
Okay. No issue. Tell me the basic difference between Westergaard and Bossin's theory.
Fine. So Westergaard's assume soil to be anisotropic, whereas Bossing's assumed it as isotropic. So for layer soils, we can prefer Westergaard's as he assumed different layers and anisotropy also.
Okay, last question from the technical part. If we increase the depth of the footing, the depth of the footing, then the bearing capacity of in clay soil will increase, will decrease, or will remain as it is if we increase depth of the foundation?
It remains the same.
It remains the same. If we increase the width of the foundation, then
also it remains the same.
It remains the same or have no impact. That means have no impact, na?
Yes, size doesn't.
In sandy soil?
It affects the bearing capacity.
It affects how?
It increases with increase in the dimensions, like if we
Okay. So, technical part is over. Now some basics questions are there. I'm giving you a condition. Okay, I'm giving you a condition like a 200 crore project is going on. All the responsibility is on yours. Okay, the last day is this is the last day of that project. Okay, and you only have one worker, and the whole completion is dependent on that worker. Okay, the worker is there. You are here. The project is here. The last day is here. Okay, if you will delay by one day, the loss will be 10 crore. How much? 10 crore. Okay. Suddenly in the morning, on the completion day, in the morning, there is a call for that worker from his house that his dearest one has died. His dearest one has died, and he have to go. They are calling him. Now, what you will do? You will let him go, or you will say him that no, complete the work and then go, or otherwise you will decide something else. You do not have any superior, you do not have any junior, you do not have any replacement, nothing is there, just you, that 200 crore project, that person, and if you will delay by one day, then it will be around 10 crore fine to you. Okay.
Yes.
And also there will be loss for government also. If the project will be delayed by one day,
Yes.
then maybe the dam will not be constructed, the canal will not run. If the canal will not run, the water does not reaches to the field. If it will not reach on the time, then maybe the farmer's child, they can also die from hunger at the last point. Circumstances are like this. So what will you do? Tell me.
So one thing I would like to ask is, any other choices?
No other choices. You, that worker, that project, and that 10 crore rupees fine, and his emotions.
Okay, so as a subordinate, I will try to explain all this condition to him, and to the best, I will explain him what things can happen.
You will let him go or not? Like, emotions are more important for you, or project is more important for you?
Firstly comes the project.
Okay.
So I will try to convince him to the best that after completion he can leave.
Okay, sir.